Hey guys, the Allfather here, and just getting ready to do some game planning for this upcoming war here. Looks like we're facing a level 7 clan, Shiraru Indo. Let's take a look at, let's see, 94 wins. Clan of War, they war always. So yeah, kind of hard to tell what we're in against. Obviously a lot of war wins, but they do war all the time. But level 7 clan, obviously they've won a few. So we're going to probably be in for a little bit of a run. Let's go ahead and just take a look at a few of these bases and see if we can't pre-scout some of these, and you can kind of skip through to see where you're at in the lineup as far as which one of these you might be taking and not really worry about the other ones. First one here, obviously base number 14, Town Hall 8, 8555, and pretty much probably would go with a Dragoon attack. We got pretty low level archer towers, looks like level 9-ish maybe. Pretty underdeveloped, and if you're a low level Town Hall 8 or even a Town Hall 7, I'd suggest probably going with a 105 Dragoon 3L. Reason being, if you look at here, all the road bumps, which are these high hit point storages, are on the outside, which is not a good place to put them for anti-drag. And clan castles in the middle, that's going to draw things there. Sweepers right here, that's going to blow the dragons back a little bit, so we want to come at an angle that's at least beside it. Would not come behind it, just because then you're going to be hitting these high hit point buildings and the Barb King before you get to the air defenses. So, I'm sorry, it's 8554, so should be a pretty easy one. Go ahead and clear that off. And pretty much would just go with a 3L here, get rid of that one. Dragon funnel starting on the corners, let them work their way in with your cutters. And clan castle loons, try to get them directing right there. And that should be pretty much all you need to do against that base. So that's probably going to be the winner there. We'll go ahead and move on. Up the ladder. See what we got here. Another 8555. They're triangulated, a little more spread out. Got a couple options with this base. We take a look at some possible things. There could be Tesla there. Tesla there. That's probably the likely situation because the giant bomb there doesn't make a lot of sense unless they're really trying to prevent anti-hog. But this base is pretty much down there pretty low, but it's an easy hogger. It's also an easy dragon attack there. So dragon attack, we look at the direction of the air sweeper. It's pointing down, covering all those. So with a dragoon attack, we would probably try to come in from behind. Once again, we've got all these high hit point buildings on the outside, which is what dragons don't like, and they don't have those in very good position, so we're not too worried about those. So pretty much either side of the base, I would say, is safe for a dragoon attack, maybe even from this angle, just because of those extra storages over there, maybe being a little bit of a road bump. Otherwise, if you do have the hogs, even a level 3 hog attack could probably take this out. Just look at your hog pathing or potential double giant bombs. Like I said, we do have these locations here. I would say Tesla very possibly could be giant bombs. More likely we're going to see some sort of giant bomb Tesla combination in the core. And this might be an opportunity for a hog attack or a go-ho attack. But again, you're not going to be able to defuse those giant bombs, so you're going to have to be careful. You're not going to want to send them all in one big pack. But if we looked at the hog pathing, let's say we just send them in here. It's going to go here, they're going to split and kind of work their way around the base. The only danger is going to be at the end of that raid when they all kind of congregate on the town hall, as far as if there is giant bombs in there. So a couple options. Take your best bet there. Dragons are always a little bit safer, but obviously you got to get your funneling and stuff done. Even do an 813, you could even do a snipe. And once you've determined what's in these holes, if it's Teslas or giant bombs while you're doing a lure or whatever, you could even try to snipe this AD because hogs should go right into there. from this side, same thing, only you could have the danger of it splitting off to the Archer Tower first. So could be one of those hybrid 9543L type things also. Number 12, 8556, and air sweeper is pointing down. This looks like a nice little potential hog raid also. And by hog raid, I mean either straight hog or what we're looking at and featuring this month is the Go Weho. And we've got all these defenses on the outside. That is going to be a little bit of a trouble for like a straight go wipe style attack because you're going to have a hard time. You can anchor pretty easy out there, but might be a good opportunity to try out that Go Weho attack. Where we go ahead and we have an accessible BK right here, clan castle right here, and maybe some giant bomb locations there. Who knows? Most likely those giant bombs are in the middle, combined with some Teslas. With this kind of setup, I would not fear a double giant bomb setup in the middle, but it is possible. So maybe a Go Weho attack, and as you've seen with the tutorial, Go Weho goes right in there, takes care of the Barb King and some of those outer defenses, and then you're going to be able to bring in those hogs from the outside, and they're going to probably path something like this, and maybe again somewhere in here, a split up there. They should stay out of the middle, so you could even do a Hogo wipe type deal with here. If you don't have that and you have a dragon attack, that's also fine, but you're probably going to want to look at something like the LQ, where you can still have a rage spell if you do have the capability of doing that. Otherwise, there's a lot of compartments there to be doing a go wipe. You're going to have to break through a lot of walls. And so I think the Go-Ho, Straight Hog, or Dragoon attack is going to be your best bets. And since we're starting to see 86s there, I would try to lean towards a ground attack. Number 11. Triangulated 8666, so we're looking at a tier 4 base here, it looks like. And first thing we scout is for dragons. It's going to be a hard dragon base because of the centralized air defenses. So then we're going to move towards go wipe and those kind of things. It does look like a nice go wipe base because I only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 compartments, so not too compartmentalized. Pretty easy to get in there with a go wipe and then back end with maybe some hogs, so maybe a Hogo wipe. You see on the sides here, clustered defenses. Clustered defenses, you have no fear of giant bombs in there. Your giant bombs are obviously going to be potentially in here would be a good spot because of the pathing between defenses. Most likely a Tesla there. And most likely a Tesla there. And then you probably got double giant bomb and then maybe a Tesla combo in here somewhere. So what we want to do is probably take a ground army in there and diffuse all that. I would say probably Hogo wipe, something like that. Because you're going to need to get into the base. That king's not exposed, so that straight Go Weho is not going to work very well. You're going to need some sort of peck or whatever. Probably just do a Hogo wipe, 2 golems, split them, and 1 or 2 pekkas up there, and drive everything to the middle, get to about this point of the base, and then go ahead and supplement with hogs, and the hogs either on 2 sides from the bottom or just coming in from the side, and let them just work around the top of the base while your main kill squad is taking care of the core in the bottom 50% of the base. So pretty simple one there. I would definitely lean towards that Hogo wipe approach. Here's another one, and I'm not as good as quick scouting like quakes and that kind of thing, so if you think that's a good option, go ahead and consider that. And I'm just saying that off the top of my head because I'm looking at this one, and this could be a good quaker because you got these walls. Let's get rid of that ugly mess. You got these walls out here, and if we did a quad quake in here or quad quake in here, you're going to bust open all those compartments, and you're only going to leave yourself with, this area, and this area, or if you quad quake from the bottom, this area. So you're only going to have 3 compartmentalized areas left, and there's not a lot of anti-air up at the top, so you could back end with some loons if you did that and came in from the bottom. Centralized BK, so again, Go Weho is not probably going to be the greatest thing. So probably looking at a very similar attack, maybe a Go wipe, Hogo wipe, or Go wipe low, combination of those coming in and either wall breaking or even quaking. I kind of like the quake on this one. I think if you came in right here because you want to be going at the king in the clan castle, I think if you quake there and bring a pretty decent Go wipe style army through here, and then bring some targeted defense targeting troops like hogs or something in here, or loons from this side in the back, I think you're going to be able to take out this base pretty systematically there. Obviously with your 4 quad quakes, you're going to have to bring a heal spell and try to heal everything up on your approach to the core and time your other sniping troops just right to get in there. Make sure you bring enough cleanup because there's a lot of excess buildings out here that you're going to need to have enough troops to clean up so you don't time out. Base number 9, spiral base, immediately going to the I like the Go Weho here, or a Hogo wipe. And the reason being because immediately I'm looking at being able to send golems in here and golems in here. You'll be able to create your whiz funnel on the outside and then back it up by wizards in here. With that, you can bring a few wall breakers or whatever, and you're going to be able to take out the BK. You can be able to take out this front core of defenses, probably a little bit of this, maybe a little bit of this. And so basically your 2 golems and your wizards and maybe a single P.E.K.K.A, just depends on how far you want them to get in. I think you're probably not going to have enough for a P.E.K.K.A, but basically your kill squad is going to try to get to that 50% mark, and you just need enough hogs to take out this back side, all these defenses here, and I would say that is going to be probably 16, 17 hogs or something on the back side to take those out. Probably just targeted deployment because you do have the potential for flip traps in here and those kind of things. And then obviously Teslas and giant bomb danger is here, here, and here. These ones in the front side are going to be negated by your golem and your kill squad. The real danger basically is going to be this one on the back side. And you actually, if you do your lure from this direction, you can probably pre-trip and get an idea of what's in there. So take a look at that sort of go-ho strategy with that base. With the exposed king, that's what we're looking for that go-ho that we've been talking about a little bit. And getting into the top tier bases, looks like we might be getting close to a tier 3 here. Max Town Hall 8 defenses, pretty wide open core there, and it's an anti-go wipe and anti-hog base, it looks like. And the reason I say that is because you see all these openings here. They're trying to get you to funnel around in circles and not get to the core, and flip trap and do all those kind of things along the way. So definitely don't want to do a straight hog attack most likely. It's not good for a surgical necessarily because you don't have your point defenses on the outside. You've got a buried king, so it's not good for that, or a Go Weho. So this is probably going to be a really good opportunity, for a quad quake Go wipe low or something like that. If you, depending on where you want to come in with this, you could quake down here on the bottom. And once you quake and do that, you honestly don't have any technically compartments anymore, because there's gaps in all the walls, and your troops are not going to have to bang on any walls whatsoever from that point. It's just going to be open to the core. The key is just going to be how can you get in far enough here to where you can snipe and do some targeting with defense targeting troops on hogs or loons on the outside here. Because those air defenses are on the backside, if you come in from the south, you're probably going to have to use hogs to target the backside. If there was the other option, which I probably wouldn't waste Quake spell coming from the top, because you really only need to get through this one set of walls here, which is right here. So that'd probably be a waste of 4 spell spaces there. But if you did, or if you just use wall breakers to come in from this side with like a go wipe, then you can come in here, funnel your base troops into this base here, and then basically they need to get to about this point. And once they do, these archer towers are all going to be locked on. The whiz tower is going to be locked on. Everything's going to be firing into the core here. And then you'll be able to back end it pretty easily with about 6 to 8 balloons from the backside. So just some options there on that base, but wide open core, so it's going to be a good go wipe style combination attack there. Moving up to number 7. Another Town Hall 8, Tier 3, max base. Again, not a lot of walls, so immediately you're starting to think go wipe on this. Probably don't need to quake into it just because just a handful of wall breakers would get you in. King is somewhat buried, but could do sort of a go weho. But because of the open layout, I say this is, honestly, it's pretty much almost a straight go wipe. What I would do is bring just your typical max go wipe in from here, and you're going to take out the BK, the clan castle, and you're going to get to about here. And again, same thing. Once you get there, all of these defenses are going to be targeting your troops in the middle, and then you can back end with some targeted loons right about here. Pretty much 2, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 loons maximum on the back side. And maybe not even that many, but just looking at how many defenses there are, I would say maybe 7 if you can afford it. And then just go with a standard, heal, rage, heal to the core, or rage, heal, rage, whichever you're most comfortable with. And you're going to be able to do a lot of damage and wreck that core pretty quickly. Number 6, you notice we don't have a lot of nice friendly hog bases yet. Let's see, max air defenses, accessible king. Point defenses are on the outside. Giant bomb potentials are here, 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 and here. Could have trip Teslas in the middle, could not. Giant bombs are likely on the outside just because they're between defenses out there, but that could be a decoy as well. The downside to kind of a go weho on this one is that we have a clan castle over here, which is easily lurable with 1 troop. And then our BK is over here. But we could take a go weho type attack and take out 1 giant bomb location and the Barb King and the clan castle. But unfortunately that still leaves a lot of potential giant bomb locations on the backside for hogs. So that's going to be a little bit dangerous still. Looking at the pathing for hogs, we've got just drawing hog pathing. This is how I just start looking at bases, and I know it's a little long and drawn out, but I mean, this is kind of the process you have to go through, is just take a look at what these hogs are going to do depending on where you launch them at. So there's really nice hog pathing right here, because they're just going to come through here. If there's a Tesla here, then they're just going to keep kind of going down through here. If there's a giant bomb there, they're not going to hit it because they're going to go from the archer tower to the mortar to the cannon. And so those holes in the outside for giant bombs are not really much danger for you. The other thing you can do to negate those is a 2-finger drop from wherever you go. If you do a 2-finger drop, where are they going to go? They're going to go there, and then they're going to kind of split out this way. If you come in here, they're going to go there and split out this way. If you come in here, they're going to go there and split out this way. So they're really never, if you do a 2-finger drop, going to cross that giant bomb potential location. So really your only fear is in the middle. You're going to have to save a heal to pre-heal the middle no matter what if you bring any sort of hog attack, which is I think what it's going to take this base out. And yeah, so it definitely is look like a potential go weho candidate. You might need to go a little heavier on your go weho, maybe a single P.E.K.K.A type thing. To drive to the middle a little bit more, you might need to do a 2 golem, no P.E.K.K.A. You might need to do a 2 golem, 1 P.E.K.K.A. Just to try to get a little further into the base to negate the issue with the potential double giant bomb in the middle. Probably moving into Town Hall 9s now. So again, don't have Town Hall 9s take a lot longer to scout, but the first things I look at is, can I do like a lava loon attack? This one would definitely be a good candidate for a lava loon because you've got really low level air defenses 6, 6, 6, and 4. And so lava loon against this, like a pentaloon, is going to be a really good option because your hounds coming in from here are going to distract all of these air defenses here. You most likely on this one are going to have 4 Teslas in the middle concentrated. And so the other thing I see here is on this top side, look, they don't have those walls in there, so it's almost like they're baiting you to come in from the top side. Same thing on the bottom. So they're letting you into this base. So looking at that, it actually opens it up much better to a ground attack, even though it's really weak to the air as well. But it's going to be a good go wee base as well, because with the concentrated Teslas in the middle, we want to probably stray away from P.E.K.K.A.s, because you get a bunch of 2 to 4 Teslas concentrating on your P.E.K.K.A.s, they're going to go down in a hurry. But because there's no walls and it's just a channeling base, I would say you can really easily, probably just jump to the middle somewhere, go ahead and use a double rage and maybe a heal, or 2 heals and a rage, and just go wee the heck out of this base. So moving up here, got a meta base, anti 3-star. Those are a lot harder to pre-scout. Not going to spend a lot of time on these Town Hall 9s because, again, they just take so much extra work. It's an anti 3-star base. It's got 1 air and 1 ground expo. So basically the things you're looking at here is got to take care of the queen, because she's basically a moving mobile archer tower. Archer tower. And you got to take care of the clan castle. And so this clan castle does look pretty lureable. Well, it's going to be a little bit tough lure. So you're going to have to spend some troops there if you want to lure. Very possible this is going to be a no lure attack. You got a lot of stuff on the outside going on. And so, yeah, we'll have to detail scout that some more, but there's nothing that jumps out right off the top of there other than you're going to need to attack and deal with the clan castle and the queen probably on the fly. So, base number 3. This one looks like an internet base of some sort. Buried heroes. Gonna have quad Teslas here. Beautiful way to handle this attack is a Gola Loon, but I don't think any of us have the heroes to be able to tackle that. And the reason I say that is because what you do with that Gola Loon is you just drop your golem stack in here, and then your archer queen, you funnel in there, and your archer queen comes in, and your archer queen ends up taking out that air defense and that air defense, and then you lava loon the backside like that. But I don't think we're going to have the troops or the know how to do that. And so the other thing is, because we're going to have quad Teslas here, we're going to shy away from the, let's see, this might be a good option for a Quake too, if you're just trying to go for the 2-star, obviously. I'm not sure if it's really easy to 3-star that way, but what we could do is look at doing a quad Quake either here, is going to open up all those compartments, or here, which is going to open up, obviously that's way too big for quad quake, but let's see, back that thing up, quad quake right there, and you're going to have access to all these compartments in here. Should be able to drive right in with a pretty tanky ground army and get that town hall at least in the 50%. So we got some targeted dense pockets out here that might be good for some hogs, but again, don't give up the 2-star to get fancy with a 3 and end up failing to get the hogs in there. So take the hogs that you can without giving up the 2-star. Number 2 base, it's a Southern Teaser, and he does have the defenses for it. Southern Teasers were designed before Quake came into being, and the reason being is they want to bait you into coming in from the south here because the heavy concentration of defenses just takes so long to get through. And then even if you get through there and get the town hall, you just typically don't have enough for the back side here. The interesting thing is now with the advent of the quake spell is you can kind of disarm these bases a little bit, and I bet you this person hasn't redesigned since the quake spell. I would almost guarantee it. And so what you can do with this is you could look at, quaking somewhere like, I don't know what the radius is exactly, you'd have to figure it out, but even if you did it somewhere in here, you're not going to go ahead and break all the way to the town hall, but you're going to open that up pretty good, and you're going to be able to drive a force right in here at the queen from that side. And if you get enough tank, probably going to do at least 3 golems on an attack like this. And you're going to go ahead and get in there. And you're not really going to have to deal with a whole lot of defenses on this base. Not familiar with this setup completely, but if anything's back here, it's Teslas. If anything, it could just be decoys and bombs. Likely you've got double giant bomb sets right here on these bases. Could possibly be here, but I would guess there's at least 2 Teslas here, if not 4 of them. And so again, they want you to come in from the bottom there and just get hammered by all the defenses, including all that splash damage down here. And so I would, and as well as the expos here, the queen being able to stay behind that wall and shoot at you. So I would just try to break that whole funnel of a southern teaser by looking at potentially quaking in from one of the sides. The other option is you could try to wall breaker in and then use, instead of the quake there, just try to jump spell there. But if you quake, what you're going to do is you're just going to open up all this space there. So the only downside, well, you're still going to have 2 spells left. So if you bring a heal and a rage, then you're still going to be able to get in there probably and get the town hall from that side. The clan castle radius, still very lurable, so you probably want to definitely do that and then drag them out to one of these corners and go ahead and lure and deal with the clan castle away from all those defenses. Last but not least, we'll look at the number 1 base. I'm not in this war, so this is probably going to be, I don't know who's going to take this. It's probably going to end up being General Sherman or something like that. But this is basically that TH9 farming base that you see everywhere. What I would say with this one, without spending a lot of time on it, is Google it. It's one of the most popular farming and TH9 bases there is. You'll probably find a zillion videos on how to beat it. It's not very original. Very scoutable. Obviously, Tesla's right in here. And doesn't look like double giant bombs anywhere, so you're probably going to be looking at a Hogo wipe type attack here. But I would Google it and come up with this internet base. I see it a bazillion times when I'm farming. It's just a very popular base in general, and trophy or farming setup. So you'll be able to find some information on it. 2 golems on any of these flanks is going to distract a lot of those defenses, and then your hogs kind of supplementing from behind or from the side should help you out on that kind of base. So that is our quick game plan scouting for this upcoming war against this level 7 clan. Hopefully it's helpful to you, just trying to do anything we can to give you kind of the mindset of a 3-star attack so that we can have more success with the 3-star attacks on the first round and not have to spend so much time on cleanup. So good luck, guys. Again, I'm sitting this one out, but hopefully that will kind of help you get a heads up on some of the game planning and what sort of army compositions to look at. So good luck to you, and we'll catch you on the flip side for the recap.